Hey, y'all. Before we dive into today's show, I need to pull the truck over and have a real safety meeting with you. Usually, we're here to laugh at the chaos of being a blue collar, neurospicy mom, but today, we're going into the dark. I'm talking about my recent trip to the bottom, specifically, the suicidal ideation I struggled with on my cruise and the road that led me back to the doctor's office for a second Spravato treatment the week after we got back. It's raw, it's heavy, and it's really genuinely the truth about what happens when the manager of the house completely breaks down. If you're not in a headspace to hear about deep downs right now, I want you to skip this one. And I'll catch you next week. But if you've ever felt like you were drowning while everyone else was swimming, this one's for you. You aren't alone on that deck. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Usually, I'm the one telling you how to fix the glitch, but lately, the glitch has been inside the hardware. A few weeks ago, I was on a cruise with my best friends and my husband. Sun, water, all you can eat buffets, drink package, the whole nine. The blue collar dream vacation, right? But while everyone else was looking at the horizon, I was looking at the railing and the deep blue water and imagining how quickly I would sink, or if it was cold and how long I would last in that cold water. My brain didn't see a vacation, it saw a way out. There was a click, and then I came back to reality. It was absolutely a terrifying thing to be surrounded by my family on a trip that we worked so hard to pay for. And I realized that my brain was actively trying to delete my own operating system. I was the manager on vacation, but the CEO in my head had gone rogue. Today, we're talking about the dark side of the neurospicy brain, ideation, the downs, and why I ended up back in the chair for a second Spravato treatment the week after coming home. As much as I tried to explain to Josh what I needed at that moment, it didn't come across the way that I hoped it would. I was drowning. So, passive versus active ideation and the burnout. Let's get clinical for a second because we need to destigmatize this. In psychology, there's a difference between wanting to die and just wanting the noise to stop. Here's a little psychology factoid for you. For ADHD folks, we hit something called autistic burnout. It's not just being tired, it's a complete neurological collapse. When the sensory input of the world, the mental load of being a mom, and the pressure of being a blue collar wife exceed our capacity, the brain triggers a safety shutdown. Sometimes that shutdown looks like suicidal ideation. It's the brain saying, I can't process one more demand. Being on the ship and by appearances not having any demands because it's vacation, the fact that I had to decide what to drink or what to eat, what to wear, was enough to cause collapse. So here's a little dark humor. My brain was telling me to jump, and my ADHD was like, but Jamie, you haven't even put on your 80s night outfit and partied yet. And you'd probably forget to take the pictures anyway. Even in my darkest moments, the ADHD was still checking the logistics. It's a very weird place to be. My husband is an absolute godsend, as were my friends who we took on this trip with us. I wore my ADHD mask and I played the part of the happy vacationer for the rest of the trip. So the downs in between the manager in hiding, right? So coming home from that cruise wasn't a return to normal. It was a slide into the basement. I call this the downs. Like, it's that period where the mask is shattered. I couldn't be mom in that moment. I couldn't find the socks. I couldn't even stand the sound of the microwave beeping or the sound of my daughter's voice. It was a hard struggle. I spent days feeling like I was failing my kids and my husband. He's out there working in the heat, and I'm on the couch, unable to even pick up a phone. That blue collar guilt is real, y'all. We're raised to tough it out, rub some dirt on it. But you can't rub dirt on a chemical imbalance. You can't work harder out of a neurodivergent crash. I felt like a broken tool in a shop full of functional ones. I went to my first Spravato treatment on Monday coming home. I let the doctor know what was going on and was told that he would call me back ASAP. He ultimately suggested that I come back in. So, the reset, seeking that second Spravato treatment, I realized I couldn't manager my way out of this. I needed a hard reboot. So I went back for a second Spravato treatment. Spravato is esketamine. Esketamine is a derivative of ketamine, and it is used to help people with treatment-resistant depression. So for those who don't know, this isn't the party stuff. This is a medical intervention for the treatment of resistant depression. It's like taking your brain to the shop for a frame straightening. It works on the glutamate receptors of the brain instead of the serotonin and norepinephrine and dopamine. It increases the glutamate and gives you a temporary euphoric and dissociative experience. Not only that, but it also gives you fast acting relief of those SI symptoms. But here's what I want you to hopefully be able to relate to. Laying on that couch, I felt a mix of relief and defeat. Why did I have to come back? Why wasn't the first time enough. But then I remembered we sharpen our tools, we change the oil in our cars and our trucks, we service big equipment. My brain is my most important piece of equipment. And if it needs a second round of service to keep me here for my kids, for myself, and for my Josh, then that is the most blue collar thing that I could do. Maintenance. All right. So, your wife hack this week is a heavy one. The safe word. My husband and I now have a code. When I say I'm at the railing, he knows it's not a joke. He knows that when the manager is offline and he needs to take over the logistics without asking questions. Build your safety crew before the storm hits. Here's our family glitch of the week, just to keep it a little light. After my treatment, I was a little loopy. I tried to organize the spice rack, but I ended up just putting all the labels on the spices upside down because I thought it would help them drain better. Josh found me talking to Chicken, our little orange guy that came home just a few days before the cruise, about the meaning of life. If you're in that dark place, especially if you're on a cruise or a happy place, please know that your brain is just glitching. You aren't a burden. You're just under a heavy load. Stay. Stay with us. We need you on the job site. If you or anyone you know is having suicidal thoughts, please use 988 or find a trusted friend. We need you. Work hard, glitch harder, and please stay alive. I'll talk to y'all next week.